Normalcy bias. There's millions of people in the U.S. that despite all the indicators, despite all the red flags, despite all the warnings, despite all the heads up that's being given, they continue to believe that there's no such thing as a pending disaster. Therefore, they continue to do the same thing, running the risk of hurting themselves as well as those that count upon them. So today I just want to share an article from a former RTD guest here and just give you 28 basic indicators that let you know that things have already changed, and unfortunately millions of people might still ignore the facts. So today I want to share just an article from Michael Snyder, as I mentioned, former guest here on RTD. And the title is called 28 Signs of Economic Doom as a Pivotal Month of September Begins. So we're in the very first week of September, and it's interesting how Michael always does a great job of listing pending situations that's happening right now. So I want to basically just thumb through the 28, and then of course I'll put the information down below for yourself. But more importantly, this is information that people really need to begin paying attention to, because I'm hearing more and more chatter about concerns that economists have, as well as all the investors. And so here Michael does a great job of laying it out for us, to where it's one of the things you can't really question it, but yet it's just factual because the numbers don't lie. And so basically I'll give you an idea. Some of them start with number one. It says number one, the U.S. and China just slapped painful new tariffs on one another, thus escalating the trade war to an entirely new level. And as of today, it looks like China is looking to sue the United States of America, taking them to the world courts. And so we'll see how that pans out. But as of now, Dow's down 400 and climbing. It says number two, JP Morgan Chase is projecting that the trade war will cost the average U.S. household $1,000 per year. Something you're going to feel in your pocket. Number three, the yield curve inversion has proceeded ever since U.S. recession started in 1950, and the fact that it's happening again is one big reason why Wall Street is freaking out. Number four, we just witnessed the largest decline in U.S. consumer sentiment in 7 years. Number five, mortgage defaults are rising fastest pace that they've seen since the last financial crisis. Number six, sales of luxury homes valued at $1.5 million or higher were down 5%. Number seven, the U.S. manufacturing sector has contracted for the first time since September 2009. And given the fact that we're a consuming nation, when that contracts, that lets us know people aren't spending the way they used to. Number eight, the case freight index has been falling for a number of months. According to CNBC, it fell 5.9% in July, 5.3% in June, and 6% in May. So things aren't moving as freely as they were due to this trade situation. Number nine, gross private domestic investment in the United States was down 5.5%. Number 10, crude oil processes as U.S. refiners has fallen. Number 11, the price of copper has fallen. Number 12, it says when it looks like an economic crisis is coming, investors often flock to precious metals, and we know that gold and silver is up. And as of today, silver passed $19 an ounce, first time in a couple of years. And so number 13, women's clothing retailer Forever 21 going out of business. It says we just learned that Sears and Kmart it says closing nearly 100 stores. It says number 15, domestic shipments of RVs are down. Luxury, and that's an item that a lot of the baby boomers typically purchase, but yet they're not buying them. And so number 16, the Labor Department has admitted that the U.S. economy actually has lost 501,000 jobs than they previously thought. Once again, that's something to hear in the mainstream news. Number 17, the S&P 500 earnings per share estimates have been falling over the last year. Number 18, Morgan Stanley says that the possibility of a global recession is high and rising. And so it goes on and on and on. But yeah, these are 28 economic indicators that you cannot deny. You can't say they're false because the numbers prove that they're true. And then he goes on to talk about normalcy bias. And so basically saying that you can have all the information in front of you, but people still refuse to look at the facts for what they are. And it's easier to just turn a blind eye and pay and try to act like you don't know or not really interested or it won't impact you, when everything, our entire world revolves around our economy and basically our currency being the primary source of what we get up in the morning to go out and earn. As things begin to become problematic, you can definitely expect more of these indicators. These 28 will probably double to 70 or 60 or 80. Who knows where all this can go? But yet, at the end of the day, we know where this is heading. It's going to be the great financial crash ×3 or ×4, given the fact that the credit line may stop, the bond markets will collapse, equities will crash if the Federal Reserve and central banks don't try to monetize their way out of it, which unfortunately it won't work. But I just wanted to take a minute to share these 28 economic indicators from Michael Snyder, because it's one of the things where you won't get 28 economic indicators listed in this order on your Fox, on your CNBC, and all the other stuff. So that being the case, 28 economic indicators. Check out the remainder of those economic indicators for yourself and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. When it comes to the normalcy bias aspect, how many of your family members, how many of your friends that you can probably share the same article with, and they'll be like, no, that's not gonna happen, that's not for real. And I would imagine if they were to be able to rewind the clock and go back pre-Great Financial Crisis, 08-09, and be given these same indicators, they'd probably be willing to say, no, it's not going to happen. But we all know what happened. And then this upcoming, or this current one that we're about to start experiencing now, as I mentioned at the beginning, this could be 3, 4, 5 times worse. Therefore, causing a lot of financial, economic, emotional, social, spiritual, physical pain to millions of people, billions of people possibly. But anyway, enough ranting. As always, if you enjoyed this, make sure you share this video here so your family can get the link in the bottom of this, but more importantly, find out more about the Rethinking a Dollar message. And then if you're new to RTD, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell, because this information is extremely important, but unfortunately YouTube won't put it out there. So do me a favor, share this video. And if you're new, definitely look forward to bringing you more news and updates, and let's connect again.